Right, morning guys. I'm just going to do a little bit of an update on my e-bike travels. So I'm on my way to work this morning and the sun is just coming up over there. Over there is towards the beach, straight ahead. There's a corn crop over here and apples over there. Way over the distance over there is Hastings City. Tomato Peak over there, a little hard to see, got my hand in the way. So it is the end of March now, and we are just running out of spring, and Napier City is over there, the hill and the smoke and the rest of it. So this place, it's a pretty cool bit of countryside. I'm just going to jump back on the bike for a little ride. Sorry. So I've done about probably 1,000 k's on the bike since I've rebuilt it. Cruising speed is generally around the high 30s. It will do about 45 k's an hour, but I generally pedal while I'm going so that I work on my fitness a little bit as well. There's a gate here, you've got to check the gate's shut or open to get through, and then we're going to go on some loose metal in a minute. So I might just put you on pause for a second. It's 7:15 in the morning. There's a river there, people shoot ducks and stuff. It goes down into the ocean over there in a minute, and there's one of our ways into between Hastings and Napier. Hastings that side. Cars are commuting along the bridge. That rail bridge got wiped out during the cyclone, and the other bridge are still fixing it. So you know, we're way away in the middle of nowhere. Well, not really in the middle of nowhere, but it's 20 k's to work and back, or 20 k's to work. And so that's the bike all fixed up and running. I turn the key on, the lights come on, and we're ready to go. It's a good idea to turn the key off when you hop on and off the bike, just in case you accidentally run the throttle. I've got a little flap there, which means you can just rest your hand on the throttle as you're running. This lock is working really well. You pull up on the left hand side, just undo it there. You can flick it around onto there, lock it up with your helmet through it. You can undo all of the cable and lock it up more. There's a mount under here which I've got for my camper van, so I've got a post that comes onto the tow bar of my camper so I can put my bike on the camper. The mudguard works really well. It keeps most of the mud and stuff off me wheel. As you can see, she's fairly dirty. These are decent commuter tyres and extra thickness, so we don't have too many flats, and that's a emergency puncture thing in case I do get a flat on the way to work. Way home I'm not fussed about, and I put an extra big front sprocket on it. It's 54 teeth, I think, so that gives me otherwise you're pedaling and going nowhere. And that's my mount for my phone. So my phone sits there, wireless headphones in there, so I've got mute to work. Alright, I'm gonna go along a bit, and just where I stopped a minute ago was just over there. So there's all our commuters coming to work, and there's the sun coming up. Sure, that's Pacific Ocean, that's South America's on the other side of that, across the vast ocean. So there's no islands or anything, it just heads out to sea and it drops off to the deep ocean. 30 k's off there. I've been out there once. People live down here sometimes. If you're homeless, you can live in your car. Where I live is pretty good for camper vans. They have a lot of camper van parks, and you can just park up freely at the beach, usually for 2 nights in a row here and 2 nights in a row there. It's a pretty nice little place. And where that gate that was open was, it was about halfway to work. And these cycleways, they actually run all the way, so the 20 k's that I do, 15 k's of it is dedicated cycleways, with the rest of it being kind of lane cycleways on the existing roads. But it's a pretty nice way to start the day. I'm just going to pause here for a second and I'll catch you up down the road there. Yeah, you just can't complain about that for a commute to work. Where we live, there's a big set of ranges over the way which blocks a lot of the weather. So over this side, our weather is mainly blocked from the prevailing winds, so we get a lot of sunshine over here, good wine growing areas and such. But you know, what a way to start the day. Okay, still on the waterfront, sorry. So it's a 48 volt bike. My trip to work, which is 20 k's, takes about 6 amp hours of battery power. I've got a 2 amp charger. When I get to work, if I plug it in, it takes 3 hours to be charged again, so that gives me 6 amp hours use. It's a 16 amp hour battery. I thought it was 20, but it's a 16 amp hour. It's enough. The other day I got about 42 k's out of it and I was still rolling, so but I was only doing 30 k's an hour, and I got 42 k's, so the faster you go, the less distance you'll get, so the more kind of pedaling you'll be doing. The bike itself, I've been getting a lot fitter just by riding the bike in the morning, and you know, it's been such a nice thing to do. It's getting on towards winter now, so it is getting quite cold in the mornings and dark, so I've got a high vis jacket and extra lights for safety and things. The bike fell over the Christmas holidays in my garage and just fell straight sideways, and I lost a whole lot of battery capacity. I only had 12 k's of battery capacity. So I found a YouTube video on what was causing it. When I pulled it apart, there was a row of cells that had got damaged somehow. No visible damage, so I replaced a row of cells, which I had to buy a spot welder for, and new cells cost me about 90 bucks to fix. There was 7 cells that I replaced, but that's done the trick. And so this roundabout here, this is my 3/4 space. I'll just flick you off while I get through the traffic. It's a busy-ish roundabout. Okay, so this is the cycleway on the side of the road, and there's the golf course, Napier golf course there. So I've got a charger at work, and I've got a charger at home. The chargers cost 25 bucks, something like that. But it just does mean that I can be fully charged when I leave work. I wasn't sure how much capacity I would have. So this cycleway, this is the last stage, the last kind of 4 k's on my trip in. You've got to be careful that nobody kind of walks out from these side passages, and there's people with dogs walking their dogs and going for a walk in the morning, so whenever I come past them I slow down and not to frighten them. I've got a horn there somewhere as well, which does help not frighten people, because you can't have somebody, they all have headphones on and they're walking along at 3 k's an hour and they don't need to be frightened so much. Alright mate, thank you. Cheers. So he had earbuds and he was listening to music on the radio or a podcast as we do, and beep on the horn says you're getting frightened. This guy, his dog's on a lead, but not sure what else I can tell you about the bike. Fix the battery up. The battery now should be good. I mean, we should be good as gold for should last for 5 years or 3 years or whatever like that. We should get a lot of mileage out of it. I've already done a lot of Ks on this bike before, and then I lost the battery died, so I parked it up for years, and now I've just kind of got it resurrected. Over there, there's a motorhome, park home. So it costs you $5 a night per person to stay there. It's the New Zealand Motorhome Association camp. We're members of the Motorhome Association, and I can stay there in my camp if I wanted to. We've got a road that way. So yeah, you're allowed to stay at that one for 5 nights in a month, and that's generally the same for all of them. There's no other ones available nearby, but there's plenty of places down by the beach where you're allowed to park up. So you can do 10 nights a month there, and then you've got 20 nights a month you could do down at the beach quite easily. 2 nights here, go to the next park for 2 nights, go back to the first one for 2 nights. You can actually, it is viable to live in a van or a camper here, because of one, of these motorhome parks, and 2, our councils are really good with our regulations. So I did work out what it costs to run 6 amp hours. I asked Google how much electricity that was, and it was like 34 cents or something stupid. So charging these costs very, very little compared to running your vehicles. My main concern, I guess, having flat tyres, and the other thing, getting the battery. If the battery does die, which I've had a couple of times, like when I had the problem with over Christmas when the battery fell over, I drove a ways away and had to get it back home. Pedaling with no power is really quite hard. So this is kind of my last leg. I saw a copy the other day give someone a ticket. So there's a winery right in the back of Napier City, just over there. It's Napier Hill, and then just in the middle of that there's a winery and more vineyards. Not a very big one. So we are like just coming into the back of the city really, and what a beautiful little trip in the morning. And that's kind of what I wanted to show you today, was just what a gorgeous little trip coming in while the sun's rising over there. I normally would have music playing to myself, and I'm just pedaling away, building up my fitness. By the by, saving a ton of money on fuel, but the main thing is I've got my own private road going to work really. I'm not on the motorway with all the other traffic, and I've got a really awesome motorbike to ride, beautiful car to drive, a really decent camper to drive. So I've got plenty of other vehicles and my little scooter. So I have tons of other vehicles to choose from, but this is the one I choose to drive at the moment. So I'll leave the video there, and I might post, I'll work on my editing skills, so I post some photos and information about actually how I went about building this. But even if you don't build any bike, just go and buy one that's already built up. Buy one with pedals, don't get one without pedals. But they're a great way to get out and about, enjoy your mornings. This is my road to my work. and my work's about 3 k's down there. So and again, it's got a cycle lanes all marked here on the side of the road. So you know, it's relatively good going here. Cheers, hope you enjoyed me riding, and I'm still going to work on my videos and my editing and such, and see if I can make it a bit more exciting. Thanks, fellas.